bastion of
what's left of
in the world, and that it is up to us to protect our constitutional republic. Because, friends, all of this is about something much bigger, and that's about our personal relationship with God, whether we're Christian or whatever, Jewish or whatever. This is not about just sticks and stones in government. It's about our relationship with God. But if we don't have political freedom, we don't have spiritual or religious freedom. And our forefathers knew that, and our mothers knew that. To set up a constitutional republic that made human rights much more valuable than status or federal rights, because they knew that when governments got control, they would enslave the people. And so they set up this very, very wonderful Constitution. And not that the Constitution has always worked, and there are plenty of...
The Bill of Rights is better,
but the Bill of Rights is incredible.
Excellent, yeah, excellent.
And they're messing with it like crazy. But the fact is that we are still the last bastion in this world. And I travel all over the world. Europe is gone. The people of Europe are so socialized and so controlled by the European common market, it makes me sick. These our relatives in Germany and Italy and England and Ireland, who had a tremendous history of freedom, are now just absolutely controlled by these statist laws. You go to Asia, where there's these dictatorships, and the World Bank is coming in and taking over at rates that people don't even have any idea. And I'm not trying to sound, I know this sounds just totally wild and bizarre to
probably not to my view, or
not to your view.
Yeah.
But there are people who are turning in, and if I listened to this, 7 or 8 years ago, I'd go, these guys are crazy. They're wild. They're talking about, they're something that's...
Well, maybe you ought to let them decide that, George.
Well, no.
I mean, instead of planting those seeds.
What I am saying is that just keep your mind open to this, because the factual, objective facts speak for themselves. And the things that Jeff has been talking about for the last 3 years, we really are imploring each and every one of you to go out and get the information, because information, shining the light on the darkness, is the only way to do it. They've got more guns than we do.
Mm-hmm.
But we got more people than they do. And I mean, 99% of the people in the world want to be, if you really ask them, they really want to be free.
I think a problem that we face, George, is a lot of them actually anymore don't even know what real liberty means.
Well, people...
Because they've been brainwashed to believe that you got to have monstrous laws,
they believe that somebody else is going to take care of them.
Yeah, and that's...
And the American dream, the American people, until 1935, were a very independent people. In 1920, 85% of Americans lived on farms. And when you live on a farm, you got to take care of yourself. You got to, create your own.
That you ought to know a story that we are investigating at this time concerning your neighboring county, one of the neighboring counties here in Texas. We are investigating reports from many people that Williamson County, Texas, is involved in basically unethical and immoral conduct. We have, this is a set, on the first set of live testimonials from dozens of people who reside in Williamson County, Texas, who basically share a common theme if you listen to these testimonials. And that is that the Constitution...
Just get more money. It's all about money to them. Will Code, I would say, Williamson County would be probably the worst if you ever come through.
Automobile stops for little or no reason. Absolutely no reason. Searches without permission, searches of cars without permission, and intimidation, particularly of youth and elderly people, into these searches, looking and trying to find things to ultimately have these people end up in the Williamson County courthouse. Now, folks, I'm the first one to admit that there's corruption everywhere. There's corruption in government, there's corruption in the private sector, there's corruption in the single-family unit. But the trend that is going on in Williamson County, Texas, with the testimonials that are going on and the people that are stepping forward, is borderline criminal. And I believe, folks, like I say, with you as my public servants, I'm going to ask you, as soon as we get this documentary done, I want to turn it somehow over to this court, or to this county. And you determine for yourselves the validity of these testimonials, what these people are saying, and decide if you yourself believe that's the way a public service, a county is supposed to be. Our public servants should be conducting themselves. So that's really all I've got. And I do appreciate the time. God bless you all.
Okay, folks, Google Jeff Davis Show, YouTube, search Jeff Davis Show. We'll be adding some new stuff this week. Coming up next, Eric Sanchez, Erico's Entertainment. Thank you all for being here. God bless you.